welcome into the the New Zealand crafty everyone. And we have an echo. If anybody can hear the echo, can you mention something in chat for me, please? Because to me it sounds like it's echoing. So, as I say, welcome in. Today we are going to be looking at the differences between diamond paintings and off the canvas diamond painting projects, because a few of you have sort of asked, okay, so what's the difference between the two? And so I thought I would stop in and I thought I would do a stream on it. Actually, I wonder if I turn this down. Okay, is that better? Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, so the difference between diamond paintings and off the canvas diamond paintings. So let's get in and make a start. So I will just grab, oh, actually I will switch my scene over. Okay, so that's better. So this painting here is what, this diamond painting here is what we call a traditional diamond painting. So it is printed on some sort of canvas, and the final product is something that typically gets framed and hung up on the wall. I haven't framed all of my final of my diamond paintings once they're finished, but one day I do plan to. So that's what a typical diamond painting looks like. Then in off the canvas diamond painting project, I actually have two just here, so I will grab both of them when they decide they want to. Okay, so I have two here, so let's just sort them out. So in these containers here, I have the beads for this off the canvas diamond painting project. In it is a sign that says laundry room. So, and then I have this little diamond painting of Papa Smurf. I'll actually get the rest of the set. So once they've finished, they actually will stand up. So we have Handy Smurf, Jokey Smurf, Smurfette, and one of the others. You can also do things like notebook covers, can be diamond painted. So we have bookmarks, keychains, cups, phone cases, etc. So there are a wide range of things that can be diamond painted, and the end result is practical things rather than just a wall hanging. So they are the main differences between diamond paintings and off the canvas diamond paintings. Now the main features for diamond paintings is wall art that can be displayed, but they are limited to flat images. And then your off the canvas items can be functional, usable, and more versatile. So those are what I consider the differences between diamond paintings and off the canvas projects. Let's just fix the screen. So let's just clear some of this, and we will spend some time working on this laundry room sign. Okay, I just want to check something, so I will be back in a moment. We're back, and we're back. Sorry about that. My dashboard was showing a blank screen, so it didn't look like my stream was coming through. So I do apologise for going off to check that. I do need to. Oh no, here we go. So my favourite diamond painting pen. So this end here is what picks up the beads, and it is preloaded with putty, and then I use this for shifting beads around in my tray or on my whatever I'm diamond painting, and my favourite tray which I 3D printed. So I hope that everyone is having a good day. So it is Wednesday here. Oh yeah, I forgot to introduce myself. So for those of you who this is your first time here in one of my streams, my name's Crafty. I am a New Zealand based streamer. I am located in half an hour southwest of Dunedin, and I do diamond paintings, I do Lego. From next week I'm going to be doing a booktube, so I'm a bit of a bookworm, so get in and show you things that what I've read, books that I've purchased, what I have on my to be read list. So yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, hit the follow button and you will get notified as when I'm going live, so you can come and check me out. But I also am on YouTube as well, so as well as here on Twitch. So anything that I stream here on Twitch will be then a couple of days later show up on my YouTube channel. So yeah, so it is Wednesday here in New Zealand, and it's a little bit overcast, but we have lovely, we do have the sun coming through, so I've managed to get the washing done this morning, which is really good. Yeah, so what have I been up to this week? So I did a bit of a controlled chaos stream on Monday. Today is, and Monday going forward will be my booktube stream. Wednesdays will be my diamond painting related streams, and Friday we will be doing Lego, just so that I can get an even balance of everything that I like to stream. So for those of you who are in California, I hope that you aren't in the path of those fires, and if you are, I hope you aren't affected too badly. I've just thought while I'm working on this off the canvas project, I have some questions over here that I can be working on answering, so that you can get to know me a little bit better. of phone do I have? I am an iPhone girl. I just find Android is too frustrating. So do I have any iPhone friends out there? I'd be interested to hear. Who was your favourite teacher at school? My favourite teacher, her name was Mrs. Harland, and I had her in years 5 and 6 at school. Oh, no, year 6, but I also had her in year 3 as well. And her husband was the principal of the high school I went to. And he also taught my mum at school, which always ended up being an interesting topic of conversation. What is my favourite colour? My favourite colour, I have more than one. Anywhere between a blue and a green. I'm not so much a teal or a turquoise fan. So various shades of blue and green. What is your favourite flavour of ice cream? That is simple. And that is Goody Goody Gumdrop. As far as I am aware, it is only a New Zealand flavour, so for those of you outside of New Zealand, I would be interested in hearing what your favourite flavours are. Okay, need to get this in such a way where I can. Okay, I'm going to have to bring my light up so that I can get some. Yep. Oh, so I need it there so it's not really in the. Oh, it's not really showing anything. Okay. Helps a little bit. So which one of my parents do I resemble? I take out, or which looks wise, which parent do I take after? There is, I've been told by many people I look like my dad. Hey Amy, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy New Year. I hope all is well with you. What is my favourite drink? As in hot drink, it would be coffee. I do also enjoy the odd iced coffee. If you're talking about alcohol, it all depends on the day what my favourite one is. I hope you are doing well. I am very well, thanks for asking, Amy. Full blast, and I'm struggling to hear you. Okay, right. Is that... Oh, I'm getting a lot of feedback from that. Okay. Is that any better, Amy? Let me know if you can hear me any better. Because at that level I'm getting a bit of feedback. Maybe a little bit? Okay, right. See if I move my mic. Okay, does that help at all? Bring that down so I don't get any feedback, maybe a little. Sure. So my favourite alcoholic drink, it all depends on the day. The area of New Zealand where I grew up, they have my favourite craft brewery that is there, and they make some really nice beer. Otherwise, I am a Karuba rum fan. What pets do you have any pets, and if so, what are they? I don't have any pets. Where we are renting, we're not allowed to have pets here. But I am a cat person. Where did you go to school? So I went to school, and I did 95% of my schooling in a little town about 45 minutes south of Hamilton, in a little town called Pataru in the South Waikato. Do you have a favourite memory of school? Yeah, and it would be when I was 5, and the primary school I went to. Okay, it's not me. I feel the need to check that sometimes. I put earbuds on so I can hear you a bit better now, but it's still fairly quiet. Okay, might actually be my mic, Amy, because some people have said that my brand of mic does tend to go on the quiet side. So because I haven't had any problems up until now, so that's interesting. But it's something that I can look into, Amy, after stream. So my favourite memory of school, I was 5 years old, and the primary school I went to had it was on a T intersection. Well, it was on the corner of it, and it had drains running up, open drains running up two sides, and we had a lot of oak trees. And me and my best mate at school, when the oak acorns were falling off the tree, we would jump down into the drains and collect the acorns. And one of our other mates was meant to be watching out for teachers. And as soon as he saw a teacher coming, he would always run off. But he wouldn't tell us. And so me and my other mate, we would always get into trouble for being in the drain. And we would have to spend our lunch times doing detention outside of the principal's office. And my teacher would always say to me, you know you're not allowed to go and do it, so why do you do it? And I'm like, because I want the acorns. And they're like, but you're not allowed down in the drain. And I'm like, well, then the acorns shouldn't fall in the drain. And my teacher, no matter what she said or what she did, I didn't listen. And that was coming from a 5-year-old me. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was forever getting into trouble. It didn't get any better as I got older. So that was my favourite memory of school. What is your favourite book? Oops. My favourite book is one I read as exactly Amy. Acorns shouldn't fall on the drain. But my favourite book is one called Harriet the Spy. I've got it on my bookshelf. I'll just go and grab it. Look. So this is my favourite book. It's by Louise Fitzhugh, and it's called Harriet the Spy. And it is the main character, obviously, is Harriet. And she enjoys watching people. What genres Yeah, and so she goes around following people, writing things down. And I read this as a kid when I was year five, and I really enjoyed it. My favorite genres are I like a bit of action in them. So I wouldn't say definitely not thrillers, but murder mysteries. So my favorite authors: Lucinda Riley, Danielle Steele, Nora Roberts, J.D. Robbs, and then, but my favorite murder mystery author is James Patterson. Fantasy, yes and no. There have been some book fantasy that I have read, and it just hasn't done anything for me. And then have been other fantasy books I've read that I have absolutely loved. So yeah, so I was one of those kids. I used to drive my mum absolutely nuts because trying to get me out of bed on the weekend was like pulling teeth. Because I was forever, yeah. I want to read one more. I want to read one more page. I want to read one more page, and by the time I got out of bed, I'd had the book read. So my husband and I are obsessed with the author Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I will I will check him after stream. I will check him out, Amy, because yeah, it's an author I haven't heard of. But yeah, no, my mum was forever yelling at me to get out of bed, to get my nose out of the book, and get out of bed and out of the book and participate in life. So, and that drove my mum absolutely nuts. And it has, yeah. So after dinner, once the dishes are done, I will curl up in bed with a good book and read until I go to bed. Um, and then my husband's like, "What about me?" And I'm like, "Well, what about you?" And he goes, "Well, are you going to come and talk to me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll talk to you between while we're doing dishes." And he goes, "Yeah, but if I come and talk to you while you're reading, I get told to shh." He writes mostly fantasies. Oh, sci-fi. My favourite series from him is the Stormlight Archive. However, if you prefer lighter fantasy books, Streets of Emerald. Ooh, Amy, now you've got me interested. I'm definitely going to check him out. I will definitely check him out because I like sci-fi. Uh, do I have do I have any children? Yes, I have one daughter. She is 35 or 36 next August, and she works for a convenience store franchise, and she works in the bakery of one of the stores, and she runs the slice section. So all the franchises in the local area um, will put in an order for slices, and then so she is in charge of making the slices, getting them packed up for delivery, and making sure that they get delivered. So she really enjoys that job, which is good. Okay. Do you have a favourite vacation destination? Uh, yes and no. When I go on vacation, I like to stay at home, but I also like to go to Australia, to the Gold Coast, which is in the state of Queensland. Um, so, but at the same time, since we've moved down to Dunedin. I also like to go and spend some time with friends and family where I grew up, which is about 1,000 kilometres away. My husband and I are very different. He likes to hop on a plane and fly up, where I like to, if I'm going to go up and spend time with friends and family, I like to drive up, because then I can, I have my own transport. With Stormlight Archive, something I love about it is that the characters are super duper relatable. Even though there's a totally made up things going on, you can relate to them. Portraying all. Amy. Now you've got me interested, because because I am a advocate of supporting those with mental health issues. So now you've really got me interested to read that series. So that is really interesting to know. So, and how was your Christmas and New Year, Amy? Do you have a good Christmas and New Year? I was on a plane recently for the first time since I was 3. We went to a convention called Dragonsteel Nexus, which is all about this author. Nice. And well, you said you had to go on a plane. So how long was the convention for? And the next question is, it was 3 days and it was in Utah. Nice, nice. So the next question on the get to know list on that list of get to know me, do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have a brother. Unfortunately, we don't get along. And once our mum passed, just over about 8.25 years ago, our mum passed, and since then we have very little to do with each other, which is sad, but it's just how it is. We're just not close. So where am I from? So I was born in Cambridge. It is about 20 minutes south of Hamilton. But then I grew up in a small town called Patara, which is about 45 minutes drive from Hamilton. The really cool thing is his books. There a lot of them are part of this universe called Cosmere. You read all his Cosmere stuff. You notice little connections between the books. Oh, wow. Now, yeah. You've really got me interested, Amy, so I'm definitely going to go and check them out, because I enjoy stories like that where they all have, they might be a different story, but they all have a connection. So that's really cool to hear. So what did you and your husband get up to for Christmas, Amy? Did you go away? Did you stay at home? My husband, daughter, and I stayed at home, just because my husband had Christmas Day and the next day off, and then he had the first and the second off. And then our daughter just had Christmas Day and New Year's Day off. Just a heads up, the Stormlight books are kind of like encyclopedias. Hey, I love big, thick books, so being the fact that they're like encyclopedias, not a turn off for me. And you spent Christmas in New York. Were you spending time with family? Was it? Did you spend time with friends? My husband went home the 26th, but I stayed until the 5th. We were over at my parents' house. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm planning to go back to where I'm from later in the year. It's just my dad's youngest sister passed away in October, November, and she was the last of the siblings. So now there's none of my dad's generation left. So I want to go home and sort of catch up with friends and family. For once, I didn't get sick. I've had this weird streak the past few Christmases where I've gotten sick each time I visited. Oh, don't you hate that? You know, you want to be able to go on holiday and enjoy it. And the last thing you want to do is get sick. I got to see a bunch of my friends and family and friends. It was really nice. Sounds like a nice holiday, Amy. That's why I'm planning to go home later in the year. As I say, with my dad's younger sister passing away, I want to catch up with cousins and friends, and because next month in February it will be 4 years ago that we moved down here to Otago. So it will be my best friend. Her and her husband came down. It'll be a year ago in June that she came down. So, but apart from her, I haven't caught up with any of my other friends. My brother now lives in Perth in Australia. But the rest of my family all live back in the North Island. My mum's sister passed away in May of last year, so I want to go back and catch up with her husband and their boys. My parents keep joking and telling me not to get sick this time, and I'm like, I don't do it on purpose. When I was visited back in June, I was going to go to the ceremony where my great aunt and uncle were renewing their wedding vows. Literally the day I got there, my throat started feeling funny, and and you had COVID. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens, Amy? And yeah, I agree. It sucked that you got to miss the ceremony. I totally agree with you there. So yeah, my best friend who came down to visit in June of last year, she's had COVID, I want to say 2 or 3 times, and my husband, daughter, and I think it's a real laugh because none of us have had COVID at all, and for us it's like knock on wood that we never do. But she's like, oh no, everybody's had COVID, rah rah rah. And we're like, no, we haven't had COVID. Don't plan to get COVID. Oh, and that was your first time. It was odd tradition. Static, and I didn't get sick this time. Yeah, you would have been stoked, Amy. But yeah, no, when I told my friend that none of us have had COVID, and she's like, oh yeah, everybody's had COVID, for some people it's just like having a cold, So you probably had a cold or had the flu, and you thought, and it could have been COVID. And we're like, no, because with my husband and my daughter, they have to, if they get sick at all, they have to test for COVID. And every time they've tested for COVID, it's always come back negative, which is really good. I'll leave that there. So the percentage of people who haven't had COVID is definitely getting smaller and smaller, unfortunately. So, and how's the weather where you are, Amy? You haven't got snowed in at all? Because I hear the weather over there. You've either got fires in LA or you've got snow in the rest of the upper Midwest. Oh, that kind of sucks. Right, actually, I'll work on this a little bit more, I think. What have we got for the background P? Oh my god, speaking of snow, I want to see a funny video. Yeah, I'd love to see a funny video. Always enjoy those sort of things. Put the video in Discord, Amy, and I can. Here we go. Come on, Discord, open up. You'd think I'd open push play. Lily and Harper in the snow. Oh, Amy, that's hilarious. So the black cat with the white on the front, which cat is that, Amy? It's in the pet section of your Discord. Yeah, I've got it up going at the moment. But the cat with the black cat with the white front, which one is that? Oh, she's trying to catch the snowflakes. It's hilarious. That's definitely black fluff is and tabby is Lily. Harper, she's cold, trying to catch the snowflakes. Oh, that's hilarious. It's a cool video, Amy. Alright, come on. So I hope you haven't had too much snow at your place. We didn't last winter. We did actually for once last winter we didn't get any snow. The year before we got snow in October, which is really late for us. And then the following winter we got it. I want to say June or July. But yeah, this year it'll be interesting to see what the weather does. It's funny, Lily was having so much fun. We had trouble getting her to come back in. Sometimes when there's snow outside, I'll open the door to the deck and she's like, nope, not today. And I was surprised she went out for as long as she did. Nice. Well, at least she went out and had some fun in it. But yeah, those. So I don't know, Amy, if you got to see the earlier part of my stream where I was explaining the differences between diamond paintings and off the canvas diamond paintings. I've had a few people asking me what the difference is, so I thought I would. Harper was only out briefly. She's never been a big fan of it. I love our deck for kitty time outside. I hope they can't escape. Okay, so the difference, Amy, is this is what they call an off the canvas diamond painting. Actually, I'll just put these away so I don't spill them everywhere. So I've also done a set of Smurfs that stand up, so they're considered to be off the canvas diamond paintings. And then I have this one, which is what they consider a traditional diamond painting. So these ones just, you can hang them up, whether you frame them. I've seen people put their diamond paintings on stretched canvases. And then, I've seen people who have diamond painted keychains, notebooks, coffee mugs. So they're a lot more, they have a lot of uses. I love that. Which one are you loving, Amy? The Smurfs or the diamond painting? Yeah, I was a big Smurf fan as a kid. So when I saw the Smurfs, yes, they are cool. I will send you a link to the to where I got the set of Smurfs. Just if you're interested. Actually, the other thing that I got yesterday that is an off the canvas project that I will be doing this year, and it's by Diamond Art Club, and it is a 2025 calendar. Okay, let's get that there. So we have January, and all you diamond paint is the snowman. For February, you diamond paint the truck, the hearts, and the roses. Then in March, you have the watering can and the flowers. April is the Easter Bunny with the basket of flowers and Easter eggs. Then in May, you have the bike with the flowers in the basket. Then June is the anchor and the rope. July is the coconut drink with the hibiscus flower. May, ooh. Yeah, I'm a September girl, but I'll note to myself, Amy is a May girl. And then in August you have the mermaid, but you don't do her skin, so it's her hair, the starfish, her how do I put this politely? Her bra, and then her fin. And then I'm a September girl, and I had to laugh when I saw this yesterday. Bikini, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I was laughing yesterday when I opened this because owls are my, what I call my spirit animal. And so I get to do that for my birthday. And then in October for Halloween and celebrating spooky season, we have this ghost pumpkin, which I think he's really cute. And then in November, you have what I call a cornucopia of vegetables. And then in December we have the bikini. We have the gingerbread house. So I thought going forward at the my first stream for every month, I will diamond paint whatever the bikini house. Oh yeah, I went to say the gingerbread house, and I was reading your comment about the bikini for the mermaid, and I said bikini house. So yeah, my brain wasn't connected with my mouth. So yeah, so my first stream for every month, I'll sit down and diamond paint, which think is a really good idea. I haven't done anything like a diamond like this for diamond painting before, and I thought it was a really cool idea to something to try. I do stuff up like that all the time, and you end up with very interesting words in terms. Yes, and it reminds me of I went over to my best friend. This was like 5 or 6 years ago. I went over to my best friend's. I think it was just for a catch up, and we're having. I'd finished my hot drink, and I turned to her. I was getting up, and I said, "I'll go and." What I meant to say was, "I'll go and put my cup in the dishwasher." And I said to her, "I'm going to put my cup in the microwave." And she looked at me and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, I meant to say the dishwasher." And she goes, "Right, I'm going to come out with you just in case what you really meant was you're going to stick it in the microwave." And I was talking to someone about twins. I was trying to say that I have a fraternal twin cousins instead. Oh no, yeah, that would be interesting. So yeah, so I'm forever getting my words and things muddled up. But yeah, no, I will. Yeah, so in Discord, I'll send you a link to all those Smurf things. So what else have you been up to, Amy? Tell me what you've been up to. I'm interested. It feels like we haven't spoken in ages. I do that every time. You've got new fosters. Oh, nice. So are they at your place already, or are they in the process of coming to your place? Because either if they're already at your place or when they do come, you should put photos in Discord. That'll be really cool. Actually, I should actually set. I have three right now, all adults: Sasha, Savannah, and Gatsby, and I had them for a week. To I can. Nice, nice. There was a thing on the news the other week. I want to say either last week or the week before that being summer here, it is at the height of we have well, it's at the height of kittens being born. Is what I'm trying to say, and so um, places like the SPCA are overrun with mating season. That's the one. So places like the SPCA are overrun with unwanted cats and people who got puppies or dogs for Christmas and then decided it really wasn't their thing. So yeah, so if I could have a pet here, I would love to be a foster parent. So I think what you're doing is a good thing, Amy. So, but anyway, that was my brief stream. It was nice to catch up with you again, Amy. I was pleased that I could answer a few questions about the difference between diamond painting and off the canvas diamond painting. But I will leave it there, and I'll stream again on Friday, and that'll be a Lego stream. So I might see you then. If not, I hope to see you in Discord at some point. So I will leave it at that, and I will see you later. Bye.